Today's episode, we're going to be talking about the wife optimized plate carrier. That's right, the plate carrier that I've set up for the missus. This is the Faro Concept Slickster. If you have been subbed to my channel for any length of time, you probably recognize it from the dedicated review, or perhaps you recognize it from the plate carrier workout series, where I wear this a little over 21-pound setup for the extra body weight for all the different workouts that I show in the video. If you haven't seen that series, check that out. If you haven't seen the detailed review on this, check it out. This has been a great plate carrier for me, but I have since added to my collection the Defense Mechanisms W.O.P.C, and will be moving the plates in here to this plate carrier for myself. Because of that, I have purchased the Battle Steel ceramic polyurethane blend, which is 3+ rated for all sorts of nasty rounds, and is actually a little bit lighter than my shot stop plates. This, I believe, is a 4.2 pound plate, whereas the shot stops are, I think, right around 4.5 or 4.8 pounds. So with this setup being changed out for the plates, it's going to be a little bit lighter, and I'm going to be changing out a lot of accessories to make it optimal for the missus to rock. First of which is going to be removing some things to make it more optimal for her setup, and then we're going to be adding a lot of things like different plates and accessories. So let's get started. All right, let's start with the plate, shall we? Use our Battle Steel ceramic and polyurethane combo plates, so they are able to be pretty affordable having ceramic in them, but also are able to be relatively light because they have the polyurethane in them. These are a 10-year warranty. They are special threat rated, so they're the same rating as my other plates. And these are actually a little bit lighter than the plates that I have. These are about 4.2 pounds. And the other ones that I have, which are the shot stops, are I think 4.5 or 4.8 pounds. So we'll go ahead and get these installed. Whew! Had to put those plates on off camera. They are really thick. They're pretty snug in this plate carrier, which is good. There's not going to be any movement. It's all the way up to the top, all the way up to the bottom. Really fills the space. But you are going to have a more difficult time getting that in this Slickster, which I believe is a size medium. It should fit the 10 by 12 plates, and these are 10 by 12 plates. They're just a little bit thicker, so something to keep in mind if you do go with this combo. But I was able to get the plates in. Now I'm going to try to figure out which of these danglers I want to put on this plate carrier setup. This one has a Cat T tourniquet. It has a T-Rex Arms individual trauma response kit with a bunch of different things. It's all still sealed and packaged. But because we have kids, I think I'm going to have my wife's setup be this setup with a SWAT T tourniquet. So let me move this one out of the way. We'll take a look at this guy. Right now I just have a Sharpie in the front. I'll probably add a few more things in here for her, but that's that compartment. In this compartment, we have a SWAT T tourniquet. This is much better to use on children if you need to use a tourniquet. Also have some gloves, some gauze, a quick clotting agent, a couple Band-Aids in here, Fox chest seals. These are the really big ones. And then also a thin H bandage for all sorts of different compressive combat uses. So that's this setup here. I think this is the one I'm going to go with just because it has a SWAT T tourniquet in there, and then I will also add a cat tourniquet somewhere else in this setup. So we'll go ahead and install this. I'm simply going to line this up right about here. Pop it in like so, and push it together. I'll do a little bit of adjustment, but that's essentially how you install that. Much better. Now it's time to build out the placard. First off, we have the G-Hook Variety buildable placard base. This is going to be the base. This is what we're going to be building off of. The G-Hooks will already work with the Faro Concept Slickster, which is why I got that kind. Also have a half pocket placard expansion. This I'm going to try to use kind of as a makeshift holster, but we'll see how it goes. Also have an expansion for a flashlight. This is going to house a handheld flashlight in the kit. Got a single mag pouch, single stack variety. You'll see why in a second here. And we have the placard wrap to just kind of tie everything together.
By clicking the Linktree link in the pinned comment or in the description of this video, that's where you'll find all the links for all the things. If you want to do shopping through those links, that really helps support the channel. And in a lot of cases, there are exclusive discount codes for my subscribers, such as the code for defense mechanisms. If you use code YOURFAVE at checkout, it'll save you 10% off your entire order. That's code YOURFAVE for defense mechanisms savings.
Let's get started with the base. The base is what you put everything else on. So we'll have this piece here. I'm going to put this on the right side as she is a right-handed shooter, and this will be housing a handgun. I also have a single stack mag. This I think I have to put on the outside just so the wrap will work really well, because otherwise this is going to be a little bit further in and not as thick as this flashlight, and then it's not going to want to adhere Velcro wise right here. So I'm going to put this on the outside here, a little bit higher up just so it's easier to grab, and then the flashlight I will put in the middle. This flashlight is a Polytac X by Streamlight. It's a 600 lumen model, and this is going to be the handheld option, so she doesn't necessarily have to point the gun with the light on it at whatever she's looking at. That right about there. Pop this out a little bit and we'll see how this goes. Oh, how embarrassing. Here's the wrap. The wrap just goes on and kind of wraps around everything. You don't want to wrap it too tight. Enough to have it snug, and you can determine your snugness at a later date. There we go. All right, that's the placard. We'll go ahead and attach it and see how everything looks. Okay, so you guys remember the plate carrier setup. Now we're going to attach this. As you can see, it's G-hooks, so I just put the G-hooks through these little holes here, just like I did the other placard, and then we'll go ahead and drop it like that. This is pretty good as far as I can tell. I'll have her test it out and see how she likes where everything is. Might move some stuff around, might tighten it a little bit, but this is the setup so far. All right, I decided for now to put this right over here, so that way it's not sticking up and she can just like pull it down a little bit easier. She has a Sharpie to mark the time on here, and it's kind of out of the way as she's trying to draw the pistol mag. So that's how I have it set up right now. Again, she needs to check it out, see if she likes how everything's configured, and then we'll probably do an update video. Stay tuned. Hey, it's me, your favorite torso. I ran into a little bit of a snag when setting this up after putting the handgun in here. Originally, I thought this flap would be long enough and it would connect to this piece of Velcro. It does not, so we've got a few options here. The quick fix in the meantime, and this would not be a permanent solution, but the quick fix would be double-sided Velcro to connect to this flap and then connect here. Then you'd still be able to have a little bit of retention, so she could throw it on. Obviously, you wouldn't want to have a round in the chamber in your firearm. When doing this setup, you'd have to carry it conditioned butterscotch, and then your wife would have to pull the gun out, rack it, and draw Israeli style. Otherwise, this would not be a safe setup. The other option would be to get a custom-made holster that's Kydex and also works with this Velcro system. That would be ideal, and that's probably the route that we're going to have to go. If you'll notice, this is not a very common setup light gun combo. It's a Walther PPS Gen 1 and a TLR7 sub. I actually did a video on this specific combo because I had never seen it on the internet. I wanted to do some testing at the range and test fitting it, making sure everything worked and fit and stayed on, and it did. So if you want to check that video out, go ahead. It's on my channel. But this would have to be a custom-made holster for this gun. There are a few things that I'd like to add to the back. The stuff in the front is going to be very important for my wife if for some reason while I'm doing work become unemployed and she has to then go to work. But for the most part, it's going to be her being far away from me and having the kids with her so that I can focus on what I need to do. And part of that is going to be Operation Distraction, which is stuff in this backpack for the kids. Ear Pro, so they're not hearing any loud noises that daddy might have to make. Activities that they can do in very low light. Chem lights to give them a little bit of light so they're not scared of the dark. Things like that, just to make it a lot easier for them to be behind mama while she is defending a position. Well, that's the Wife Optimized plate carrier so far. There are some things that I want to add to the backpack for the kids, and a few other changes I'll need to make, most importantly the one holding the handgun. Let me know if you have any suggestions in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching, stay free, God bless.